Congratulations! You've just been promoted. Not to manager, not to senior clerk, but to a permanent position in the glorious machinery of the Imperium. Your crime? You forgot to fill out Form 72B in triplicate before coughing during the local governor's 14-hour speech about loyalty. Or maybe you just looked at a tech priest's toaster with too much unauthorized curiosity. In any sane universe, this is a fine. In the Imperium, this is a career opportunity. The Arbites don't arrest you, they reclaim you. Think of it as a repossession of your biological assets. You're dragged to the extraction chambers, which look like a hospital designed by someone who hates the concept of healing. The judge is a floating skull with a laser pointer who finds your existence suboptimal. Your sentencing is faster than a terms of service agreement click. You're not going to jail, you're going to the shop. The onboarding process begins with a sedative that is 10% anesthesia and 90% prayers for your soul's safe departure. You wake up on a cold slab, feeling lighter. That's because you are. The surgeon is a tech priest who views your personality as bloatware that needs to be deleted to save disk space. First goes the identity. They don't use a name, they use a barcode. Your new name is Unit 04/Lambda 9. It's not catchy, but it's great for SEO in the Mechanicus database. Then comes the lobotomy light. A serrated probe enters your frontal lobe and clears out all those pesky, high-maintenance features like hope, memories of your mother, and the ability to feel fear. They replace your consciousness with a basic operating system called obey.exe. If you're lucky, they leave a tiny shard of your mind intact, just enough to appreciate the irony, but not enough to complain about the lack of dental. Next, the physical mods. Your left arm? Redundant. It's replaced with a heavy-duty hydraulic claw designed for lifting ammo crates or crushing dreams. Your legs are reinforced with rusted iron struts because cardio is for heretics. They swap your eyes for glowing red lenses that have 4K resolution but can only see two things: work targets and religious icons. You are now the ultimate minimalist. No clothes to buy, no hair to style, no skin to moisturize. Just cold, unfeeling steel and a moist, screaming soul tucked somewhere in the back. Your first day on the job is also your last day of freedom. You don't go to work, you are the work. Your job description is simple. Repeat one task until the sun goes out or your gears melt. Imagine being a door servitor. You aren't a guy who opens doors. You are the door's brain. You stand in a dark corridor for 300 years. Your only social interaction is sensing the biological heat signature of an inquisitor and executing the open pneumatics command. Sometimes a passing noble spills amasec on your exposed wiring. The sparks feel like a party. You want to say, "Excuse me," but your vocal cords were replaced with a Vox grill that only plays binary chants and the sound of a dying blender. Or maybe you're a crane servitor in a hive city. You spend decades moving shipping containers full of Corpse Starch from deck A to deck B. You see the same gray wall every day. You start to develop a deep spiritual relationship with a specific crack in the concrete. You name it Stacy. Stacy is your only friend. Then a tech priest notices you staring and recalibrates your optic nerve with a soldering iron. Goodbye, Stacy. Hello, total sensory deprivation. The Imperium runs on planned obsolescence, but for humans. Your warranty expired the moment you were born. When your hydraulic fluid leaks, which it will, the tech priest doesn't fix you, he performs a ritual of restoration, which involves hitting your knee with a consecrated wrench while burning incense that smells like burnt rubber and regret. If your obey.exe glitches and you start crying, they don't give you a therapist, they give you a firmware update. This involves a data spike being driven into your neck. Suddenly, you aren't sad anymore, you're just vibrating at a frequency that makes your teeth hurt. This is considered a productivity boost. Your diet is a nutrient slurry piped directly into your stomach. It tastes like wet cardboard and industrial lubricant. The good news? You don't have taste buds anymore. The bad news? Your stomach still has an opinion on the matter, and it expresses that opinion through rhythmic, mechanical burps that sound like the screams of a haunted fax machine. If you were a particularly buff criminal, you get the Battlefield expansion pack. They bolt a multi-melta to your torso and send you to a planet that is currently being eaten by bugs from another galaxy. You aren't a soldier, you're a tripod with a pulse. The Space Marines use you as a heavy weapon platform. This means you walk slowly toward a line of orcs while your gun arm melts everything in sight. You don't feel the adrenaline of battle, you just see a target acquired pop up in your vision. When a tyrannid bites off your leg, the biosensors send a notification to your brain. Error 404, limb not found. You keep shooting because retreat isn't installed in your hardware. The best part? If you survive the battle, they don't give you a medal. They put you in a shipping crate and turn you off for 6 months until the next active user session is required. Being a servitor is 1% terror and 99% standing in a box waiting for your battery to charge. To the citizens of the Imperium, you are a Roomba with a face. People talk about their private secrets in front of you because they think you're a toaster. You know who's cheating on the governor's wife. You know which deacon is skimming from the tithe. You know the launch codes for the local silos, but you can't tell anyone. You're the galaxy's most tragic burner phone. Sometimes a sanctioned psyker walks by and accidentally broadcasts their mental trauma into your half-empty brain. For 3 seconds, you remember what it was like to be a child playing in the toxic ash of your homeworld. You remember the smell of fake flowers. Then, the Geller field flickers, and your stability protocol kicks in, erasing the memory and replacing it with a 12-hour loop of the Song of the Cog. It's a banger, but the lyrics are just 010101 repeated until your ears bleed. Now, maybe you weren't a factory worker. Maybe you were a middle manager with aspirations. In that case, you might be selected for the Executive Servitor program. This is like the difference between a rusty forklift and a gold-plated iPad that screens. You aren't sent to the mines, you're sent to a spire in the Hive City to serve a noble who hasn't seen his own feet in 30 years. Your job? You are a living lectern. They replace your spine with a brass pole, weld your arms into a permanent U shape, and place a 500-pound holy book on your head. You don't move. You are furniture with a heartbeat. The noble uses you to record his vlogs, which are just 18-hour rants about how the poor don't work hard enough. Your Vox grill is programmed to say, "Deeply insightful, my lord," every 6 minutes. If you glitch and say it at the wrong time, like when he's choking on a grape, the punishment is a factory reset. That's when the tech priest takes a magnet to your brain to see if it makes a funny noise. It's like a corporate retreat, but instead of trust falls, it's just electro-lobotomies and permanent memory loss. And let's not forget the Cherubs. These are the marketing department's nightmare. Cloned infants with mechanical wings in the faces of depressed accountants. Their job is to fly around cathedrals throwing incense at people. They look like Cupid if he was designed by a committee that hates children. You'll be hovering near the ceiling, your tiny anti-grav thrusters burning your skin while you sing hymns in that sounds like a dial-up modem having a stroke. This is what the Imperium calls aesthetic. The worst part of the job isn't the work, it's the commute. When your hive world needs to export 10 million tons of human-flavored protein bars, they put you and 5,000 other units in a cargo ship. Mid-transit, the Geller field, the only thing keeping the literal demons of hell from using your intestines as party streamers, flickers for a millisecond. In corporate speak, this is a brief network outage. For you, it means the walls start crying blood and your hydraulic claw starts secrets about your third-grade teacher. A minor demon might pop into reality and try to possess your mechanical arm. Since your brain is already 90% obey.exe, the demon gets confused. It tries to make you commit a massacre, but your programming forces it to continue filing paperwork or scrubbing the floor. Imagine a lord of change, a master of infinite schemes, trapped in the body of a floor-waxing servitor. He's about the end of time, and you're just buffing the linoleum to a high-gloss finish. The tech priests call this demonic integration therapy. It's great for productivity, but the smell of sulfur never really comes out of the carpet. Eventually, your biological components, the wetware, start to rot. Your skin turns the color of an old banana, and your remaining lung starts sounding like a bag of potato chips being crushed. In a normal company, you'd get a retirement party. In the Mechanicus, you get decommissioned. They don't bury you, that's a waste of resources. They strip you down. The expensive bionics go to the next volunteer, probably your cousin who also forgot to fill out Form 72B. The metal struts are melted down to make more forks for the High Lords of Terra. And your body, the organic residue? Remember that corpse starch you spent 50 years moving with a crane? Well, it's time to join the family business. You are processed, flavored with standard human flavor, and packed into a bar. You'll be served as lunch to a guard recruit who's having a shitty life